This is a syndicated gardener. Dotson.
Hey, good morning, good evening, whenever you're listening to this, dear listener. Welcome to a Garden Media Guild Podcast of the Year finalist piece of audio. Enough said there. You're listening to the GMG Awards podcast, sponsored by manomano.co.uk. Big fist bumps to them. Big fist bumps to you. I tell you what, just do one thing. Just stop what you're doing for a second. That's it. Not if you're driving, obviously. But just sit back. Take your eyes off the phone. Take your eyes away from the paper. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes for me. And just imagine you were listening to the best gardening audio you've ever listened to. Oh, you actually are. Ding. Let's get on with it. It's not my lover. It's just a guy that taught me about gardening. It's not my lover. It's just a guy that taught me about gardening. What's going on, mate? I hope you are well. Good. Welcome to another GMG Awards podcast. Again, a little bit different. We had Ideal Home Show last week. We've got this week a Garden Media Guild special where I will be going into depth about, not too much depth, obviously, let's not get out of control, into depth about the awards, telling you what I think about who has been awarded something. Obviously, I'm not going to be happy about a broadcaster one. We're going to go into that later on. I've also got an audio diary from when I popped to Savoy last week. There's a lot about awards in this one. So if you're more of a person that wants to... Although, I was about to say, if you're more of a person that likes that gardening content, like the real gardening side, this is quite awardy. Like my missus said to me the other day, Lee, no one actually cares about your awards. I said... Yes, I understand that. One, because I've got none. And two, yeah, I get that, you know, not everyone, it's quite self-indulgent, really, isn't it? But, Ed Bird, he's in this podcast, guys, so watch out for him. He's bringing that little garden nugget to you guys this week. Right, let's get into it anyway. Look, I went to the Garden Media Guild Awards. It's quite a big thing in the world of garden media, obviously, that makes a lot of sense. And a few years now, I've entered the podcast. Last year, I went to the Garden Media Guild Awards, and I was like very excited. I was like, yes, I cannot wait for this. And then I got there, and I said, I'm really excited. Like, do you think you're going to win? It's like, oh, I don't know yet. I've been shortlisted. What? What do you mean you've been short? What's that? How do you know you've been shortlisted? You didn't get what? You didn't get the email? What email? Huh? Anyway, turns out you get an email saying, hey, what's up? You've been shortlisted. Make sure you come. I didn't get that last year. This year, hello. That's the letterbox rattling there. In comes a letter. You've been shortlisted, Connolly. Welcome. I have been shortlisted. I've been shortlisted with the BBC, the RHS, and a Growing World, FM, which we'll go into later on. I'll tell you how I got on with that. I'll tell you what we'll do. Okay? I recorded an audio diary of the entire day, which sort of sums up everything that happened on the day. That would make a lot of sense. So, follow my journey of emotion. This sounds bigger than it actually is. Follow my journey of emotion as I head to the Savoy. Oh, it's a tough old life. It's the garden chit chat. The garden chit chat. It's the garden chit chat. The garden chit chat. It's a garden chit chat. It's a garden chit chat. Chat, 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 chat. The garden chit chat. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's a little bit windy today. I'm walking down now. I'm running a bit late to the Savoy. Some pre-drinks with the former sponsor of the show, you know who. Fair enough. Got the gold jacket in hand. Not putting it on yet until I get there. It's 11 o'clock in the morning and I'm walking around with a gold jacket. People must think I'm crazy. Yeah, hopefully this little... Let me just cross the road. Hopefully this little audio diary is going to work out alright. Maybe we'll do some more of these. But, as it is the podcast, I wanted to bring you guys along. The Savoy. That's it. That's my kind of thing, actually. Although last year, no, just champagne. No, I'm not really a champagne person. Give me a pint any day. We're up for this award, and I feel confident, but if you know. It'd be awesome for all of us, for listeners as well, to win this. So let's see how we get on. Right, the Savoy is which way? Should have really got a limo. It's gonna be windy out here. That way, alright. Got me find me one. I'm running late, so let's get there. Right, just stepped out of the Savoy, which was an experience. There's a cocktail in the Savoy, £5,000. We all got one, obviously. I just had a pint. Meeting a few people who's going to be on the table with us. So, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm pumped. Can we do this, guys? Can we make this happen? Don't let the dream go. I feel a little bit out of place with my gold jacket on here, but someone said David Beckham. It's David Beckham's favourite bar. I've been in better Wetherspoons, if I'm honest with you. Right, let's get into the awards and see what's going on. I'm excited. We're running a little bit late because we stayed in the bar for too long, but yeah, let's do it. Right, I've just stepped out for a minute. I was going to record in there, but it just feels awkward. So I'm going to keep stepping out and giving you a little update of what's going on. I have just eaten, some nice salmon. The biggest bit of duck I've ever eaten in my life. And I'm no Paul Hollywood, but a very burnt biscuit thing. Unsure what that was, but it wasn't nice. Sitting with some great people. Chatted to Jane earlier. Karen on the other side of me. All people from the industry, and Yeah, it's going alright. The awards are coming up very soon. I saw Titchmarsh a second ago. It's not standing outside. Frosty's here. The legend that is Mr. Biggs. Sinclair. All people that have been on the podcast formerly. But look, we've got a couple more minutes, and then we're going to find out. Well, you guys will find out. Got to do the whole clapping thing first. It takes a while, but I'm feeling confident. You know, I'm feeling really pumped for this. Let's make this happen. Come on, guys. Come on.
Mano.
Hello there, Dr. Brian McPherson here. How are you doing? I am here from the University of Mississippi. That's in America. That's right, I've flown all the way here to find out how we get our project finished at the weekend. It has taken us over 35 years to find out exactly how to do it. And it was sitting in front of us all that time. We found a website called menomeno.co.uk. And you, like me, may be thinking that this coming weekend is the best time to cover the allotment, tidy up that worn-out paintwork, or replace an outside light. Wow, yes, me too. Wow, Mano, they're selling literally everything you could possibly need for the next DIY or garden project. You can fill up your basket now on menomeno.co.uk with everything for this week's project and enjoy the rest of your day safe and anointed. Your tools and materials are on their way. They're here with the best of products, the best of brands, and the biggest range at the best of prices. Mano, you should get that project finished this weekend. Who would have thought that we would have spent 35 years, over £6 billion trying to find out how to get those projects finished? And all we had to do was check out menomeno.co.uk. I'm guessing we're going to have to move on to some other sort of research now. Maybe we should find out who is really the best podcaster. Continue. Right, I've just had it's happened. We didn't win. I'm a bit gutted, if I'm honest with you. I think I said to someone, I've not had an award since I had one that I sewed onto my towel, 50-metre swim. Never been up for an award, shortlisted. That feeling of get ready to go up there, show off the gold jacket, and then gutting, absolutely gutting. Yeah, I've got nothing at the moment. I'm going to leave it here for a second. I'm going to go back in. I've been trying not to drink too much as well because I was getting ready for my speech. True story. Right, let's go back in and have a chat. But I just thought I'd let you know. Not this year, guys. Not this year. One good thing though is that we were shortlisted with the RHS and the BBC, which can only be a good thing, right? Can only be a good thing. Right, we've been officially kicked out now of Savoy. Told me a few times. Oh, hello. A few times to get out. That's my police escort. Right, we're going to the coal hole now. A few drinks. A lot of people this year, which is good. I'm not sure, just because I'm in the industry more. I know more people. There are just a lot more people that you see as awards, but I don't think Titchmarsh will be there. But anyway, right. I'm sure I'll speak to you soon. Right, we are back in the hotel. Let's have a look at out this window. Yeah, it's pretty late. Wow, I mean, what a day. Just have some final thoughts for the awards today. Take this Oof. That has to be the winner, for me at least. The gold jacket went down. Oh, an absolute treat. It's pretty shiny. It's pretty shiny. But yeah, look, I didn't win. And I can't say that I'm not gutted. Because I am. I really would have loved to win it. But getting shortlisted with the BBC and RHS, not a bad couple of people to be shortlisted with. And yeah, there's progress there. Last year, no shortlisting. This year, shortlisted. Next year for the win, gotta be. One of the judges come up to me later on tonight and said he was just saying that he really enjoys the podcast, and I said thanks very much. Keep doing what I do, and I think I've had a few conversations tonight which give me a little, I was about to say confident, but ego really. Just, I love this podcast. Like, I think I'm going to ramble a little bit here, but I really love doing this, and you guys are awesome. And I was going to win it for you guys, but well, I wasn't really. I was going to win it for myself, wasn't I? But you know, it would have been cool, wouldn't it? It would have been cool. I'm rambling a bit. It's quite late. I'm rambling a little bit, so I'm going to leave this little audio diary here. Maybe I'll do a morning, good morning one. But yeah, I had a great time. Saw loads of, I saw loads of great people tonight. So it was good for catching up. So it was nice, really nice. Right, I'm gonna go to bed. Hey, just checking out.
Your name number, please.
227. Thank you. Wow. Well, that is it. That's the end of the journey. I know last night I was maybe I mumbled a little bit. I may have had a few celebratory drinks celebrating the jacket. I had such a good time, actually. Last night maybe I felt a little bit down about it all, but actually, you know what? Look, I was shortlisted. Awesome stuff, and I had such a great time seeing everyone. Like, had a good few drinks last night at the Garden and Crew, putting the garden and worlds to right, which was great. And it just shows, right, that, and well, confirmed to me anyway, that us gardening folk are some really awesome people, and we can do some awesome things if we work together. So yeah, this is the end of my audio diary from the GMG Awards. No doubt I'll be giving a real review on the winners and shortlisters back in the studio. Much love. It's a garden chit chat. It's a garden chit chat. Chat, 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 chat. The garden chit chat. So, as you can hear from that, I didn't actually win, but I was a finalist amongst the BBC and RHS, which I'm very, very proud. If you've been listening from the very start, remember back when I started doing this, it was like only little 15-minute snippets straight through, unedited. Still audio gold, guys, still audio gold. That was back in March 2017. I'm very proud to have got to this point and to bring you guys along the way, because let's be honest, and I did say in that little audio piece a minute ago, I know I said, I'm doing this for us. I'm going to win this. I'm going to eat this salmon and duck. It's for you guys. It's for the listener. I mean, obviously it's a little bit for me. But do you know what? If it weren't for you guys for listening, I mean, well, I was about to say what would be the point, but actually, I do enjoy sitting here talking to myself. But it always helps when you guys listen as well and get a bit interactive. It's always nice for me to hear from you guys and meet you guys along the way. So, right. You know that outcome. Let me have a little look through some of the awards and give you my review on what I actually thought of the awards given. Right. Do you know what? I don't read many books. Someone came up to me actually at the awards and said, I write books. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And have you never read one of my books? No, I don't read books. But anyway, I'm not going to go into the books too much, but I will tell you who was awarded them. The Peter Seabrook Practical Book of the Year was won by Lucy Bellamy for Brilliant and Wild. Garden Book of the Year was won by Cedric Pollitt. Sorry, it threw me there. I remember I don't think he was there. For Winter Gardens. Then we head to Garden Publication of the Year, which was won by Kitchen Garden, if you read that. And then we move on to Trades Publication of the Year, which was won by Horticultural Week. We're moving, rolling on down the screen. News Journalist of the Year was won by Ian Hodgkinson. Well done to Ian. Then Val Bourne was on my table. I thought the winner's table when Val was announced. As what was it? The Dr. David Henderson Garden Columnist of the Year award. That sounds good, doesn't it? That's a long old title. Hello, I'm Val Bourne, the Dr. David Henderson. Do you know what, Val? I met her beforehand. Really nice person. Unfortunately, she sat on the other side of the table, but she was a right hoot. So I don't know if she'll be listening. Then we went to Journalist of the Year, which went to Stephanie Mahon. David Patch won Practical Journalist of the Year. Then we go into Photographers. I don't know if you're a photographer fan. Richard Bloom for Features Photographer. Andrea Jones for Gordon Ray Photographer of the Year award. Then we obviously go on to the Gardener's World. The Roy Lancaster TV Broadcast of the Year awards, which went to Gardener's World. Right, here we go then. Right, rewind a little. Here we go. Brace yourself for this. If you manage to get this far into the podcast, brace yourself. The Radio Broadcast or Podcast of the Year award. It's the first time this year that podcast has been even mentioned in this award. It's usually the Radio Broadcast Award. You'd think, everyone, they'd let a podcast go through. I put through the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast, obviously, with Sue Biggs. And then we also are up against Garden Mania from BBC Newcastle, which I'm pretty sure won last year. Also, the RHS Gardening podcast, which, okay. And also Growing Wild with Charlotte Petts. But I think Charlotte last year won, was it the Alan Titchmarsh award? I think maybe she did. This year she's won the Radio Broadcast or Podcast of the Year award. It's actually my head's just thinking about what I'm gonna say about this. Just wait there. What do I say? I put the Sue Biggs interview in. One, because I enjoyed the interview. It was a good interview, right? I thought it was a good interview. It had the fun of the fair there, as you know. You know what this podcast is like. And I've listened back. I've listened back to the finalists that were in this group. I mean, I don't even have to listen back to the finalists, do I? We all know what we're getting with this podcast. We all know what we're doing. It's all a bit of fun. It's been said before, this is not a podcast to go to bed on. I think that out of all 4 of them podcasts, this podcast, the one that you and I listen to every week, stands out from the crowd. And without going all me, I think we do that well. We don't blend into the crowd. We say, yo, what's up? Put your shiny jacket on. Let's have a laugh. Someone at the awards said, oh, what's your podcast like? I was like, we'll just have a chat. We just chat. There's no interview. There's a point, obviously. Sponsorship money. No, that was a joke. We just have fun. We're not here for anything serious, and that's what gardening's all about. And big up Charlotte, by the way. All these podcasts that were finalists, big fist bump. Because they're all good broadcasters, all really good. I can't knock them for that. They do their thing, I do my thing. But wouldn't it be nice for me, obviously? But wouldn't it be nice for the industry just to have something a bit different? So let's breeze over that a little bit. I don't want to go too deep into that, all right? But that's my opinion. Like, let's put something different out there. I don't want to concentrate on this award too much because I feel like I'm going around stamping my feet saying ugh. And you heard in that audio diary I was I'm not. People come up to me and said, "Oh, don't worry, you're fine." And I've also put tweets out there saying, "Look, the biggest win, and it is a big win, is the after bit where I get to see all my garden friends that I've met along the way, and everyone's really nice and supportive, and that was a big win for me." Holy moly! Just wait there. What is that? Wait there, listener. Oh, it was a bit of fluff. I thought it was a massive spider in my curtains, but it's not. It's a bit of fluff. That's the big win. Meeting all the people that I've met along the way. Would it have been nice to get an award? Yes. Have we been made finalists this year? Yes. Can we do it next year? 100%. We're going to push for it, guys. We're going to push for it. I just need to get Sue Biggs back on the podcast. Right, let's go into it then, guys. Let's go into the awards that I think you might care about. The Alan Titchmarsh New Talent Award. Now, I didn't know I could go in for this, but maybe I could have done. A fellow podcaster, The Garden Log, and Mr. Ben Dark. I met Ben, actually, the first time this year. And he won the Alan Titchmarsh New Talent Award for the podcast. I think that deserves a lot of respect. We've got an actual podcast, even though it wasn't this one, awarded. If you've not listened to Ben, go give Ben Darks if you fancy. It's a little bit different to this. I'll tell you, it's not anything like this. It's totally the opposite direction or the end of spectrum. But great to see him and one of our own awarded the Alan Titchmarsh New Talent Award. He was up against Jamie Butterworth, Piladell for a blog, Miranda Anaska, sorry about that, Miranda, and David Maxwell as well. I'll be honest with you, out of them people, I'd say, do you know what? Ben Dark's got to be, out of all them finalists, I think the right person won out of that one. Then we're going to go to blog or vlog of the year, which was won by the Urban Veg Patch, Caro Sheaves, which I met you at the coal afterwards for her blog. She was up against, and I'll be again, I do enjoy some blogs. I don't read them all. 2 of them are shortlisted that I do read. So I'm a bit biased on that sense. Carrots and Calendar by... I'm really bad. Who's texting me now? I'm trying to do a review here. Let's see what this is. Don't mind me. Just wait there. Great. It's my favourite pizza chain. telling me there's an offer. I'm awful with names today. Cara Brin. Then we've got Dogwood Days by Nick Wilson. Grow Like Grandad by Matt Peskett. He's been on the podcast before, Grow Like Grandad. And Richard Chivers, the Sharpen Your Spade. So Grow Like Grandad and Sharpen Your Spades are two blogs that I actually read, so I'm a big supporter of theirs. Do you know what? For this one, I'd be really happy for Sharpen Your Spades to win. Richard Chivers. Go check that blog out. That's a good blog. Not that I'm saying any of the others are not, but if I was choosing, it'd be Richard, just because I read that podcast. Read that blog, sorry. But also, it was blog, vlog, or vlog. I feel like that's a weird mix, to be honest with you, to put together. Blog or vlog of the year is, I mean, I get radio broadcast or podcast, but blog or vlog, they're two totally different things. So maybe if the Garden Media Guilds listen to this, maybe I feel like they should be two different awards. I know we've got a lot of awards, but you can't put a writing piece against a video piece. It doesn't make sense to me. You need to split up, guys. Website of the year. Again, I'm gonna be biased on these guys because some of them I don't really look at. They were won by habitataid.co.uk and stunning visuals. Do you know what? Perry's on here. Charles Dowden is on here as well. I met him at the awards. Great guy, really nice guy. But Perry, I'll tell you what, Michael Perry, he's got a decent website. I can't get that away from him. I don't agree with some of his Instagram photos, but but for the website, got to give it to him on this one. But it was won by habitat.co.uk, Nick Mann. Digital innovation. There's actually, I'm only guessing that there's not many apps that have been done this year, which can only show the... I mean, as a garden industry, maybe we should produce more apps. But there's a lot of apps. I thought there's a lot of apps this year that have been produced. I've seen a few. It was won by the RHS Grow Your Own app, Natch. Simon Hampton. I'm not a big app guy at the moment, to be honest with you. I'm not really. You'd think I would be, wouldn't you? But I'm not really bang into him at the moment. Maybe I need to look into a few. If you know any good apps, I've not checked out the RHS one yet either. Maybe I will now he's won an award. But right, he's gonna be a bit of a touchy one for me. And let's get into it. Let's dive straight into this one. I'm not happy about it. I actually went in for this one. I think that this year, social media influencer of the year, I feel that I should have been shortlisted. I feel like I've done a lot this year in social media. I've done a lot of Facebook Lives and just really getting involved in all aspects of social media. I'm going to read this one, actually. Hang on. It was won by Charles Dowden. Now, I like this geezer. I only met him the other day. I've heard good things about him. Really nice guy. Let's read. Charles offers a constant flow of tweets all year round. I've ticked that. His No Dig campaign is promoted in all an informative... his structured offering means you can just... there's a little pop-up there. Means you can just take away with your weekly task. Okay, cool. Charles also has a very strong YouTube presence. Right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, he has. He's got a great YouTube presence. Definitely. It's not about that, though, is it? I mean, it's not about that. It's not about YouTube. That's why vlog should have been its own separate award, guys. We had Lee Burkill, Matt Peskett, my good friend, Nora. Do you know what? I'm gonna dive deep into their socials. James Wong and Nora Wallier. Some great surnames going about. Do you know what, Matt? He's a good friend of mine, Matt is, and I think he should have won. I didn't say he should have won the blog one the other day, or earlier on. I didn't say that because I knew this one was coming up, but I really do think Matt should have won Social Media Influencer of the Year. if you don't already know, we had him on the podcast a while ago, but just before that, a while back before that, we had him on for Monty Dog Nigel. And he was undercover, kept his head down. This year he's closed down that account. But he brought that account, you name me one Gardener's World tweeter that tweets throughout every single garden in the world. I honestly think that should have been recognised this year. And it wasn't. And I don't know why. And big up Charles Dowden. But I really think, you know what? I really think he should have won it. Just for that. Just for Monty's Dog Nigel. I really do. I think it's a missed opportunity. I can't understand why YouTube presence has been brought into a new award at that. And I get that these new awards take a while to sort out. I can't understand why YouTube presence has been brought into it. Big up Charles, of course. But you've got to let some of the young guys come in somewhere. Talking about young guys, Gary Rogers won the Lifetime Achievement Award. I didn't see that. I think I must have fell asleep at some point during the speech for that. Then we had a few different. Do you know what? I didn't see this last year. Maybe I missed it. The European Garden Book Award came from. I don't know where that came from. They brought that in. And also the Marcus Harper. I know about the Marcus Harper Award, obviously. That was won by Tamsin Westthorpe. And Caroline Foley won the European Garden Book Award. So, I don't know where they come from. Maybe we could do, maybe if I speak to the Garden Media Guild, we could get them to put a Skinny Jean. The Skinny Jean Gardener Award. Ladies and gentlemen, the Skinny Jean Gardener Award goes to the Skinny Jean Gardener. At least I'd come away with some sort of medal. I tell you what I might do, right? On my board right here, I've got a New Year's special. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the Skinny Jean Gardener Awards on that New Year's special and announce my awards. How about that, guys? Social Influencer Award goes to the Skinny Jean Gardener. Vlog of the Award goes to the Skinny Jean Gardener. Podcast of the Award goes to the Skinny Jean Gardener. And so on. And so on. Look, that was my little review of the awards and what I thought about the winners and such. Doesn't make me right, doesn't make me wrong. It definitely doesn't make me wrong. You make your own opinion. It's absolutely fine. Right. Shall we add the little bit of gardening gem? And that's what I like to call him. My gardening gem. Mr. Ed Bird. This week, with his Latin. Let's talk about the Latin.
Hi Lee and hi podcast listeners. This week I'm recording from the conference centre at Askham Bryan College. I hope it's not too echoey and doesn't sound too much like I'm in the toilet. It's quite a nice building actually. This week on the podcast I wanted to have a look at another bulb. A few weeks ago we had a look at the allium, which flowers around May, June time. But this week I wanted to look at a really common early flowering bulb. Galanthus nivalis, more commonly known as the snowdrop, and is a native bulb to the UK, serves a really important role in the garden for a couple of reasons, which I'll get onto in a minute. But the snowdrop is a bit of a plant and forget bulb. It naturalises really easily, spreads quite quickly to form large clumps, and by the time the spring is well underway, Galanthus have all but finished flowering for the year and disappeared completely. The species name nivalis and niveus in Latin both mean snowy or snow-like, and there are a few other plants with this species name, including a phlox and a rhododendron. So if you see the species name nivalis or niveus, you can bet it's going to have some white on it. Now, with these two species names, it's not as obvious a white as alba was that we spoke about a few weeks back. That's because the phlox, while it does flower white, can also flower in a pink colour, and obviously the snowdrops usually flower in a white colour. Rhododendron has really deep purple flowers, but the nivalis or the niveus in the rhododendron species name refers to the new growth and the underside of the leaves. New growth and the underside of the leaves is sort of a felty, furry almost texture, which is white in colour. So why is Galanthus nivalis important in the garden? Well, it gives some really early season colour. When the garden's possibly looking at its worst, having that pop of colour in the garden can really brighten things up. A clump of Galanthus poking through the ground under a tree can look really great. When planted en masse, they can look spectacular. They also give some early season pollen to those important pollinating insects, particularly bees, which, while they're not very active early in the year, can still be found working where there is a source of pollen. And if you can encourage bees into your garden early, or you can keep them in your garden all year, by also providing a place for them to overwinter, you'll be one step ahead of the game. Another way to help keep pollinators in your garden is by building or buying an insect hotel. And Lee, I'm jumping on the corporate bandwagon here, and I know you mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, that the sponsors of the podcast, Mano, do have one on the website. So if you want to know what to build yourself, or you simply want to buy one for somebody else, make a nice, cheap Christmas present, just go on their website and have a look.
Mano.
Now, Galanthus are a bit different to many other bulbs, because they need to be planted in what is called in the green. This means that they're planted when they still have the leaves on, and are not dried out like many other bulbs you find in the garden centres. It also means that the bulbs are available at a different time of year in the garden centres to most other bulbs. So generally you go in garden centres now, most of the bulbs are in there or will just be finishing now, but Galanthus won't have been in there. That's because they need to be planted once they have flowered but while they still have their leaves. So if you want to plant Galanthus in your garden, you need to be going into your garden centre or hitting up your neighbour that's got some, asking them to split them up, just as they finish flowering, so March, April time really. There are hundreds of different cultivars of Galanthus, from tall ones with double flowers, ones with large flowers or small flowers. I jumped on a website today just to have a quick look, and they had over 50 different cultivars just on this one website. So there is something to meet your needs. You can plant a whole lot of one, you can plant some big ones, some little ones, some tall ones, some short ones. It's entirely up to you. But if you want some early colour in your garden, want some early pollen in your garden, and you want a choice of what you can grow, Galanthus are a great plant or a great bulb to put in. Start looking now for your cultivars, decide which ones you want. You'll probably be able to order them now, but if not, get your list ready to order in the new year, because they will be coming February, March, April time while they still have their leaves on. That's it for this week. Thanks for listening.
Latin. Let's talk about the Latin. Big up to my absolute legend of podcast friends. You know what? Good old Ed, right? I said Ed, we've not won this year, man. And me and Ed, we don't see each other that often. We've only seen each other once this year. We only chat over the phone. Do you know what he texted me back saying? Absolutely. I've not texted him back still, but absolutely said, Lee, what do we need to do to win? That geezer is an absolute legend. Big up Ed Bird. I did say about the merch, you know, I said we're going to get some merch. I don't think we're going to get it before Christmas. I was going to rush some stuff before Christmas, but I don't want to. And I'm looking at some merch right now in front of me, Daddy Gardener merch that I did attempt, but it just didn't take off, and it doesn't feel right. I am going to bring some merch out in 2019, but I'm just going to take my time with it because I want to get some good stuff, and I want to make it better than the Daddy Gardener stuff. Thank you to everyone that did buy the Daddy Gardener stuff. That's limited edition, guys. That's limited edition. So yeah, I'd love to get some Ed Bird merch out there. I'd love it. Let's work on it, guys. Let's work on it. Right. Let's end. I tell you what. This whole Garden Media Guild award thing wouldn't be complete without a little review. You know, there we go. You know, like the Oscars. Yeah, the Oscars, they get like a big goodie bag. So do we at the Garden Media Guild. That's the world of Garden Media, guys. Right, let's see what we've got in here. Okay. I'll probably do a little video on this as well. Oh, man, I did that last year. Maybe I won't. Let's have a look, see what we've got. A nice little hats there. Keep your head warm. Some very subtle, bright reds. You can only imagine whose logos all over them. Some bright red gloves with touchscreen gloves. Very fancy. I don't really know what sort of coat that's going to go with. Then a frog. A cuddly frog with a brand on the front. And I did text Sam and said I've got something for Olive. Come back, and she said, don't give that to her. Not another teddy. Okay, I said, don't worry about it. Can't please everyone. Some seeds. There we go. There's some seeds there. A big old leaflet from a compost brand. Good. That's good. A big old leaflet from the compost brand. I think. A planner. If you want to see, if you were at awards, it was quite a presentation by that compost brand. Didn't sit well with me. Didn't sit well in the Garden 7 world. If you know about that. Here we go. Some microgreens. Ooh, microgreen little tray there. That's nice. A cool little keyring, which has been laser made. That's nice. There's some more seeds at the bottom here. Good, more seeds. This willow wand. I keep seeing these willow wands everywhere. So we've got a willow wand here, which looks cool. I don't know where I'm going to put that. A willow wand. There's a little leaflet. There's a magazine. Some more seeds. There was some chocolate, but I ate that when I got back to the hotel. A little book there. And what's this? A little another leaflet. Wow, there you go. No gold watches, guys. No gold watches in this one. But a nice little selection. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm gonna package some of this stuff up. Not all of it, because I want to keep some of it. I'm not. Guys, I'm not stupid. I'll give you all the gold. You'll probably get the teddy. If you do me a favour, I know you guys are awesome at it. Just share this podcast. Let the Garden Media Guild. I'm about to say, let the Garden Media Guild know that I'm not happy about not winning. But after stumbling there and leaving it in, I do blame them. Who blames them, guys? I tell you what, I'm going to package some of this up. If you share it, I'll put it into a little bingo thing. I'll spin it. I'll put a number out. If it goes to your name, then you win a little package of bits. How about that? Okay, well, I'll fine. I won't send you the frog, alright? Probably just send you the seeds. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. You guys are absolutely awesome. As always, we are back next week we've had a few specials, but a Malvern special next week, where I chat to Mark. What's Mark's? I hope Mark ain't listening. Hang on a minute, guys. What's Mark's surname? Well, you understand that. You'll understand. Hang on. You understand when I tell you what his surname is. Wait there. Hang on. Wait there. You're not going anywhere, are you? You're not busy. Mark. There it is. Mark Howard Brown is coming onto the podcast from Malvern. If you don't already know, I'm the RHS Schools Garden Malvern Spring Show ambassador. I think I've called myself an ambassador. I don't know. I guess I am. They said the face. I don't. How do you write in your Twitter file, your Twitter profile, that you're the face of the RH? That sounds too much. I mean, I love that. I love that title, but it sounds a little bit too much, doesn't it? I speak to Mark next week about the whole process and what goes into the school gardens for Malvern Spring Show next year. And also, I know I stumbled on show, but let's ignore that. And also, when I was there, I did a workshop a few weeks ago with the kids, and they all participated in a little bit of audio. And I'm trying to get them to produce a little bit of audio every month. It's not worked quite yet. Hopefully the podcast going out next week. They'll love it. So, listen to that next week. Also coming up for the rest of this month. Oh, I'm looking at the diary, guys. I'm looking at the diary. Charlie Benton's coming up after that. And then, we recorded it the other week. It is absolutely awesome. I can't wait for you to listen to it. It's the Xmas special. Then we've got the New Year special. Then, we go into the new year with Jimmy B. He doesn't know I call him that. Jim Buttress. So, lots coming up on this Garden Media Guild Podcast of the Year finalist piece of audio. That will not get boring, will it? Much love, and I shall speak to you next week.
Skinny Jim is not my lover. It's just a guy that taught me about gardening. Skinny Jim is not my lover. It's just a guy that taught me about gardening.
This is a Finley Gardener. Dotson.